Hi Flosstube, it's Bernie here from Hooking and Stitching. Today is Thursday the 9th of June and I'm here for a long overdue update. I'm so sorry that I've not filmed in a while. Life has been incredibly busy. I've taken on more responsibility at work. There's been issues with the horses, which I'll tell you about in a minute. When I say issues with me, not the horses as such. And yeah, life's just been really busy. I haven't had an awful lot of time for stitching, but I have done some. I actually made myself sit down. I couldn't remember what I'd worked on. It's been such a long time since I filmed and I hadn't written down. You tell myself every time, write it down, then you know what you've worked on. I've got my own little diary thing here, you know, but do I remember to write it down? No. So I had to, luckily I always take a screenshot of what I've worked on. You know, when I say, and this is what it looked like last time you saw it, I have all those screenshots saved on the computer and they're all labelled with which floss tube they were in. So I was able to go back through and look at the latest picture of everything I've worked on. And then I had to go through my whole whip stash and did I work on this? Has it changed since the last time? Oh yeah, it has. And oh no, I haven't worked on that. And that's how I've managed. And I've actually got a decent chunk of stuff. So I have worked on more than I thought I had. But yeah, probably still not as much as I would have liked. And I've been also looking at my goals that I wrote down at the start of 2022 about what I did this in my whip parade, you know, I want to finish this, I want to be 50% at this and all the rest of it. Some of them had no goal, which is fine. But yeah, sort of been going through and having a look, and I need to figure out what I'm going to work on for the next month or so, because I think it's unrealistic of me to say I'm going to be back in 2 weeks. I will try and do an update once a month. I think that's the best thing. And if I can try and do it like at the end of the month, that'd be a good idea. So maybe I should try and come back at the end of June, which should be in about 3 weeks' time, and then set myself up to come back at the end of July, end of August, and so on and so forth. It's all great making these plans, isn't it? Something will go wrong somewhere. Anyway, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, this is a channel primarily about cross stitching. I also crochet. I'm known as Little Grey Hook on Instagram and Facebook for crochet, and I also sometimes do a bit of diamond painting. I have got a diamond painting that I've worked on to show you, which will be nice. I talk a little bit about myself sometimes. I do have a bit of a life update, which I'll tell you about in a minute. Yeah, if you've never come across me before, there is sort of an intro video. I think my first video sort of introduced me and just let you know where I'm from. I'm in Derbyshire in the UK. I'm a mum of 2 children, both primary school aged, both at school right now, which is why it's nice and quiet. I own 3 cats, 3 ragdoll cats. There's one in here at the moment. Darcy's just up on the cat tree at the moment. Whether she'll put in an appearance, we'll see. I can see Bailey's outside, and I also have 2 rabbits which are outside. They don't really feature, and I have horses as well. They're not all mine. In fact, I only technically own half of one of the horses, but I ride for a friend as well. So just to mention where I'm at and what I've been doing, I've had a birthday. It was my birthday on Sunday. It was a big birthday. I turned 40. I'm an 82 baby. Strange being 40, it really is. But yes, I turned 40 years old. I did have a party. I actually didn't get anything stitchy related for my birthday, which is strange. It was either horse related or alcohol. I'm not short of Prosecco and gin at the moment, put it that way. And yeah, just to update on how things have been going, I've had a couple of falls off of Jack. If you've watched my channel before, you know that Jack's the big grey horse that I ride for my friend. Lovable, daft horse, really is. He's not little either, but I had an accident at the end of April. He fell over on the road, and the road was going downhill, which sent me flying out the saddle forwards. There was suddenly nothing in front of me. Did a forward roll onto the road, smashed all my hat. It was all scored from the tarmac, so I had to have a new riding hat, and it all it damaged all my neck and my shoulders. Luckily, went to see my physio and she put me right, which was great. A couple of weeks later, I was riding him in the menage, which is like the sand school where we exercise the horses, and he took exception to something that wasn't behind the hedge. He was convinced there was something behind the hedge, but there wasn't. And whatever this thing that he thought was there was going to do, it was going to eat him. So he spooked, he shot sideways, completely lost his footing. We weren't going slow at the time either, we were cantering, and he sort of bronked, and I managed to sit it for a while. My friends said they were quite impressed with how long I sat it for, but yeah, I ended up flying out the saddle, deploying my air vest. I have, when I came off on the road and I had to buy some new safety equipment, I bought myself something called an air vest. It's a bit like a gilet that you wear, but it's got a canister of CO2 inside it, which attaches to your saddle. And if you part company with your saddle, it pulls on a lanyard, sets off the explosion in the canister and fills the vest with air. Compressed air, and it inflates in less than a second, which is brilliant because it takes longer than a second to hit the ground when you come off jack. So yeah, I deployed my air vest for the first time. That would bang, and the next thing I know I was on the floor, and I was like the Michelin Man. I got this air vest all around my neck and my shoulders and my back, which was great, but it turns out I didn't land on my back or my neck or my chest. I landed on my foot, and I didn't know it at the time. I didn't know it till I got back in the saddle and tried to put weight on my ankle, and I couldn't. And I had to get back off again and said that there's something wrong with my ankle. We could tell it wasn't broken. We were pretty convinced I hadn't broken it. I could still walk, but over the next few days walking got more and more painful, and I ended up going to the urgent care centre. I rang 111, which is our NHS phone service, and they said you perhaps need x-raying. So they sent me down to the urgent care centre where they had a good look at it and they x-rayed it, and they said, no, I don't think it's broken, it doesn't look like there's any fractures. And I agreed. I said, I don't think it's broken, but they said it looks like you've badly sprained it. And if anybody knows about sprains and breaks and everything, my physio's told me since as well, I'd have been better off if I'd broken it, because it takes longer to recover from a sprain. And I'm now nearly 3 weeks in since the accident, and I'm still limping a fair bit. If I'm just resting, it's okay. And if I do a fair bit of work, it seems to ease up, but it's the in-between. It's like if I've been resting and then I get up to walk, I'm quite lame. And if I do too much, I'm quite lame. And yeah, I've got another 9 weeks before I can get back in the saddle. So that's the summer gone. And the show season gone. No more riding for me, which is a big shame. I won't lie, I'm a bit fed up. I'm also, my confidence has taken a bit of a crash. I could really do with getting back in the saddle and having some confidence lessons, and I can't at the moment. My physio's even advised that when I do get back in the saddle, I ride without stirrups, so I'm not putting pressure on my ankle. And that's easier said than done. I can ride without stirrups, but Jack's very unpredictable. And I'm likely to come flying off again if I haven't got my stirrups to keep me in place. So I'm not quite sure how that's going to go when I'm rehabilitating myself back into the saddle. But that's all happened in the last few weeks. So that's kind of where I'm at the moment. If you made it this far, brilliant, thanks. I can see that we're already nearly 9 minutes in and I haven't showed you any cross stitch yet. So shall we crack on? So, first one to show you is the biggie. If you're on Facebook, you will have seen this in several of the sites. It's been on the official Heaven and Earth Designs Facebook page. It's been on the Arena Garmashova Facebook page, and it's been on the Essex Needleworks Retreat page. I will pop in a picture of what it looked like last time you guys saw it. And I've also got a picture of, I had to move the scroll frame, this thing, so I took a picture of it while it was laid out flat, but it's now back in the scroll frame because I'm working on it constantly. But, ta-da-da, here she is. So you can see I'm at the very bottom now. This is the very bottom of the chart, and this is the very side of the chart. So I've literally got this bit here to do. There are just over 12,000 stitches left on this piece. and the whole thing is 116,800. I know that figure like in my sleep. 116,800 stitches in this piece. I'm just shy of 90% complete now, which is absolutely insane. So pleased, cannot wait to see it finished. The goal is to finish this year. It's my full coverage Fanatics 22 in 22. I started the year with exactly 22,000 stitches left to do, and in the first 6 months I've done just shy of 10,000 stitches on it, so I'm a little bit behind. I was aiming to do 2,200 a month and get it finished by October, with the plan that that would give me some leeway to get it done by December. I am going to have to crack on. I need to do at least 2,000 stitches for the rest of the year, sorry, per month for the rest of the year to get this done. But I'm so motivated, I don't want to put it down. I'm absolutely loving working on it. Even all this white on white here. I mean, most people say, that's a killer, look at all that white on white. But it's seeing the stitch count go, or come down, you know, the remaining stitches, or the percentage go up, you know, and I can just whip out loads of those white stitches one after the row after row after row after row. And it's mindless stitching. I can watch TV while I do it, which is great. It's this area here where it takes more concentration, all this confetti. But there's going to be more of that soon, because this is all the fluff of the cat. But yeah, how good is that? So yeah, the goal was to finish this. When I started at the beginning of the year, I was on 94,800 stitches, 81% complete. As of today, I'm on 104,746 stitches, 89.68% complete. So it's looking very close and very good. You see the smile? So yeah, it's so much fun seeing that. I'm so excited to get it finished, and I'm also a bit, oh, I don't want it finished. It's my longest project. I think this is 4 years old now, and it's going to seem a shame not to stitch on it anymore, but you know, the goal is to get it framed as soon as I can afterwards. It's going to cost a bit to frame it. I'm estimating somewhere around the £200 mark. I might be way off, but I'm thinking I've got to save at least £200 for when I take this to the framer, because it's not little. And then it's going up in the living room. The husband changes his mind. Some days he says, yeah, it'll have to go up in the living room. Some days, no, I'm not putting that in the living room. Says, we are. It's going up in here. I haven't spent 4 years stitching this to stick it in a cupboard somewhere. It's going up in the living room. So that's my darling, Heaven and Earth Designs. Oh, that's stitched on 18 count, easy count, this wonderful stuff with the grids on it. Ada, 2/1 full crosses. And yeah, when it's done, I might even do a video of when, like those last few stitches, and then show how I'm going to wash it to get these lines out. Because that's a question that regularly comes up on the Facebook pages, those people who use the pre-gridded fabric. How do you get it out? And you have to, I've used this fabric for other things before, and I know you have to use hot water, and it's going to need it anyway, because this is covered in dirt and grease and all sorts. It's 4 years old, you know, it's covered in cat hair, the lot. So yeah, it's going to need a good wash and some hot soapy water and some good rinsing. So yeah, I've got absolutely no fear that those lines are coming out. Anyway, that's that one. Let's put that to one side. And now I've yabbered so much, I'm going to have a drink. I have a new mug. Look, just to remind me of what I can do. This is Jack. He's not a little horse. And yeah, this is us to show. And I bought this was the professional photographer's photo. So I bought the photo and I had to turn into a mug. It's got pink inside, look, the pink handle. Love it. And it's the same picture on the other side. Right, next. Ooh, knocking everything on the floor, do apologise. So the next one I worked on was, well, it's not the next one, this is no particular order. The next one on the pile is Mini Unicorn Spring by David Penfold, I always say his name wrong. And this is also a chart by Heaven and Earth Designs. This one is stitched on 28 count, easy count fabric. See how much smaller those squares are, look. and this is 2/1/10 stitch, which is a half stitch. So I do the first leg of a stitch and then that's it, which makes it go twice as fast, in theory. There is so much confetti in this one. So I'll put in a picture of what it, if I haven't already, I'll put in a picture of what it looked like last time. And I'm just going to move it over to that side so I can fit it in sideways, look. But I've worked on filling in over here using Sarah Stitching Mommy's typewriter method, where you pick a symbol, the next symbol that appears from left to right, and you stitch it till your thread runs out, and then you pick the next symbol. It's quite handy for this where it's full of confetti, because I'm trying to pick which colour do I do next, because there's that many different colours in that section. It's ridiculous. To show you the back, it's ridiculously thick. I mean, look at all that. Just, oh, and it's so thick, you can really feel how thick it is. This one's for my daughter. The goal on this one is to get it to 50% or more before the end of the year. Now this one is currently at, I've got it written in front of me, 37.42%. It's I've done 34,660 stitches to date. What was it at the beginning of the year? 31,483, and I don't have the percentage. But so that's, I've done like over 3,000 stitches. Yeah, over 3,000 stitches, so that's not an awful lot really, is it? in 6 months, 500 a month. But considering this is 10th stitch, it's supposed to go a bit quicker. It's just, it's so heavy on the confetti. It's hard going, but it's getting there. The unicorn is appearing. It's absolutely beautiful. I love the artwork. It really is something pretty, and it will look so good in my daughter's room when it's done. And then when she's older, whether she takes it with her or whether it stays with me, I don't know. But love it. So that's that one. So that also needs more work for the end of the year. If I'm to get it to 50%, and we're currently at, what did I say we're on? 37%. So I've got, if I can do another 10%, it's about another 8,000 stitches, I would think. 10%. That's doable, isn't it? 8,000 stitches in 6 months. I've got to do over 1,000 a month on this. So watch this space. I need to put another 1,000. So I've got to do 2,000 a month on my darling, 1,000 a month on this one. Am I going to have time to stitch on anything else? Right. Shall we do the last full coverage? Because I have 3 full coverage pieces and I have worked on all 3 of them. I wasn't sure if I had, but I have. So I have a picture of this one. I ought to find the pictures for the other ones and keep them in a folder or something. So the last one I worked on was this one. This is Mini Mermaid at Sunset by Elena Lazareva, if I'm saying that correctly. This one I'm doing on 25 count 1/1 full crosses. And it is again the easy count fabric, because I wouldn't use anything else for my full coverage pieces because it just makes it so much easier. I'll pop in a picture of where it was last time you guys saw it. Just making sure I've got all the stitches in place. Just fold it up so it's a bit more manageable. There it is now. So this is looking fairly good. I alternate between filling in the background and filling in the mermaid, just to give myself, you know, a bit of variety in my stitching. But this one is currently at 37,630 stitches, which is 47.65% complete. And my aim for this one is to get it to 66% complete, so 2/3 basically. So let's see if I can do a bit of calculation maths in my head. If it's almost at 50% and I want to get it to 66%, again, it's about 15% I've got to do. And I'm trying to think what the total stitch count is, because I don't know it like I do on my darling. But it's less than 100,000. I think it's closer to sort of 80,000 again. So 10% would be 8,000 stitches, wouldn't it? So 12,000 stitches, that's 2,000 stitches a month. That's not going to happen. Should we aim for another 1,000 stitches on this one? 1,000 stitches a month on it. And that will get it somewhere close to my goal. Because, you know, these are just personal goals. They're not requirement, you know, nobody's going to come and punish me for not doing it. But yeah. So that's my last full coverage piece. And then next year, I want to start something new because my darling should be finished. And I think I've showed before, there's another ragdoll piece by Irena Garmashova called Time of Butterflies. I think that's going to be my next new full coverage start. Whether I treat myself to a couple next year, maybe. Sorry, I'm leaning down to pick things up. Right, what else? So we're on to the smaller projects now. And the first one on my pile, excuse the rattling, some of them are in plastic wallets. So the Blue Flower Quilting Bee by, is it Janine McGowan? I can't remember her name. Yes, Janine McGowan. Sorry about the glare. I'm using my son's, he's got a vlogging stand set up thing that he had for his birthday because he likes to do little videos to put on YouTube as well. He's only 9 and they tend to be about our rabbits and stuff. But it comes with a ring light. How cool is that? So I don't quite know how well my skin's looking in this. A few more wrinkles, I'm 40 now. Anyway, I'll pop in a picture of what this looked like last time you guys saw it. And here it is now. So let's try and hold that so you can actually see it. Oh, I'm not doing very well here, am I? Come here. There. So I completed the torso of the bee, as you can see. And is it called the torso? Do they call it a torso? Doesn't it? It's the abdomen on a bee, isn't it? Is it? And I've made a start on the next wing. This is coming along nicely. The goal for this, I think this one's to finish it, yeah. The goal is to finish this one by the end of the year. That may or may not happen. I do enjoy working on it. It's really pretty. But there's no worries if I don't meet that goal. It's not a problem. This is stitched on 32 count, I've got it written down, 32 count mushroom Lugana, 2 over 1 full crosses. And I've used majority of the DMC conversion for this, except for the wings. I used, it's Mountain Mist, it's called, oh yeah, Gassed Mountain Mist. And I've commented on my video before, there is no variegation in that. So, yeah, I could have gone with the DMC alternative, but never mind. It doesn't matter. It's nice to use the fancy stuff now and again, isn't it? So I'm not going to put everything away for now. I'm just going to chuck it down there out the way. So yeah, am I going to finish that one? Probably not. Excuse me if I start itching. I've been bitten by horseflies. There's one there. That's over a week old and it's still itchy. They're rife at the moment. They seem to just like come out of nowhere all of a sudden. There was no horseflies at all and then all of a sudden we're covered in them and drives us up the wall. So next thing on my pile is, I'm trying to get the glare. I can't say the French, so we call it Patchwork Cats by Jardin Privé. This is a lovely little design. Nice. It's not huge, not tiny, and this, I mean, you all know my love of cats, so yeah, I had to do that one. I've done a slight colour conversion on this one to match the colours that my bedroom will be when we eventually decorate. But I'll pop in a picture of what it looked like last time you guys saw it, and here it is now. So you can see I've worked my way down a bit, and sorry, cats, knocking stuff flying. You can see, yeah, I've worked my way down, especially on this side here. It's getting on further, definitely. Yeah, the original chart calls for like bright orange and browns for the cats, and I swapped it out to more muted colours and greys for the cats. And I've done the outside in the reddy pinky colours instead of the greens. This is a opalescent fabric. This is, where are we, Patchwork Cats, is on opalescent white, 32 count, 2/1 full crosses. You might be able to see that sparkle actually, yeah. I can see it in the phone, so hopefully you can see it. And it just sets it off. I do also have the companion piece to this one, Cat Lovers. It was sent to me so kindly by a follower. I really appreciate that. And I will be doing that on a piece of this fabric as well, because they go together. I think they're the same size, so it'd be nice to have two sort of square frames with them in next to each other. Bailey, you come and say hello. He's laying on my projects that I've been sort of popping on the floor. Bailey, come in. You come in. Bailey's either absolutely loving at the moment or a complete pain in the backside. Aren't you? Hmm? Oh, he's just rolling around now. You might come and join us. Right, what have we got next? Last thing in a plastic wallet. And I haven't got a picture of what this looks like. I think I might not have it on the computer anymore. But this is Opening Gambit by Long Dog Samplers. Let's get it right. And I'll pop in a picture of what it looked like last time. And oh, I can't even fit it in. I'm gonna have to sit back. There it is now. So I've been working my way down. It's still not all the way to the bottom yet. What am I on? Opening Gambit. 8,401 stitches, 31.64% complete. And the goal for this is to get it to 50% complete. So, yeah, still got a fair few. If 8,000 stitches is 30%, that's 6,000 stitches should get it to 50%, shouldn't it? If my maths is correct. That's still 1,000 stitches a month, isn't it? These are some lofty goals, aren't they, guys? 1,000 stitches on everything per month, that's a lot. I don't know if I've got quite that much stitchy time. Especially seeing as like my weekends are completely taken up with like this weekend we've got a horse show, and oh, my arm's aching. And yeah, there's we have to spend the Saturday. The girls have got lessons, and then we're bathing the horses and getting everything ready, and then the Sunday we're at shoulder. There's no time for stitching, and by the time I get home on that Sunday night I'm exhausted. There is no stitching being done. So that's why I'm struggling. I'm losing so many weekends. But it's all for the kids, isn't it? This is being stitched in DMC 3809. Yeah, 3809. I was correct. 3809, which is this lovely teal colour, and it's on 32 count Silver Moon even weave. Sorry, I'm showing you the back. Do you want to see the back? It's not a bad back. Not horrendous, that, is it? Because there's no colour changes. It's so easy with the monochrome pieces. You're not flitting here, there and everywhere. You can just work your way down. So that's Opening Gambit. Whether I'll meet the 50% goal, I don't know, but we'll see. We'll give it a go. So next is, this was, I think Opening Gambit was my anniversary start on my last year, which was the 1st of June, so that's now a year old. And this particular one was my birthday start last year, Nora Corbett's Snapdragon. So this is now a year old, and really needs to be finished. So that's what she looks like when she's done. Sorry about the glare. And I'll pop in a picture of what it looked like last time you guys saw it. Oh, pull me up. Here she is now. So you can see I've been working on the bottom of that dress. It's slowly cracking on. Still haven't done any beading or back stitching on it. I don't know what I'm waiting for. think I've just got this mental block that I need to do all the stitching before I start. I could quite easily backstitch her face and do the beading at the top, but I tend to work in Q-snaps, so I'm worried about breaking the beads. I might end up like swapping this out and putting it in my big 17-inch frame if it'll fit, just to do the beading, so that it's all stretched out in front of me for beading and I don't have to move anything. But it's not far off. I think the goal is to finish this year. Where is it? I'm looking for it on my list. Can't see it. Oh, there it is, Snapdragon. Yeah, the goal is to finish it. This is on 32 count willow green even weave, and it's 2 over 1 full crosses in DMC, and it's just so pretty. And there are some blends in there as well. And yeah, I like this one a lot. Don't know when it'll come out again, but yeah, if the goal is to finish it, I need to bring it out, don't I? Right, have a drink or tea before it goes cold. So next, now this is my project that's closest to a finish. This was my New Year, New Start. Sorry about the really tatty copy, and this is in like a toner save mode, so the colours are much more vibrant in real life. But this is Al Forest Embroidery's Hummingbirds, which I absolutely loved. It was New Year's Eve, I was looking for something I could stitch. Found I got all the colours and I got a piece of fabric suitable. So I ordered it there and then. I will pop in a picture of where it was last time you guys saw it. And here it is now. So I'm at the bottom, as you can see. I've reached the bottom corner and I've just got that last section to fill in. And this goes really quick actually when I crack on with it, because it's just lots of motifs, which are really easy to just stitch away at. I did do the DMC conversion for this, and the colours, they're just so bright and happy, and it's really fun to work on. It's really pretty. It's exactly the same fabric as I'm stitching Snapdragon on, so it's 32 count willow green, 2 over 1 full crosses. And again, the goal is to finish this, and I don't see any reason why I shouldn't finish this, because it is, I might even stitch on this one today. It is so close to a finish now. There's not an awful lot left to do. Where's the chart? So yeah, I've got sort of that big motif there, and then these few bits here, and that's it. So yeah, that shouldn't, famous last, every stitcher's famous last words, that shouldn't take long, that's not much. But yeah, that's so pretty. I do like that. Don't know what I'll do with it when it's finished, whether it will be framed and stuck somewhere. No real plans, I just thought it was nice and I wanted to do it. Okay, the next one's in a Christmas bag. I made a load of these bags myself, and the tassels. I actually have these tassels for sale in my Etsy shop if you want one. I've got to make some more actually, because I've got a few bags that haven't got tassels, and my friend at the yard wants a couple of these to go on her saddle bag because it makes them easier to open and close. What have I got in here? Ah, yes. Alice in Wonderland. Is it called? Yeah, it is called Alice in Wonderland. And this is designed by Cute Patterns by Maria on Etsy. This one was made famous by Michelle Bendy. She stitched it and she regularly has it on the wall behind her videos. And I fell in love with it there. Again, this is in like a toner save mode, so ignore the colours on it. I say toner save mode. It's my printer's running out of ink mode. But I'll pop in a picture of where it was last time you guys saw it. And the beauty of this one as well is it's on Pattern Keeper. So was Hummingbirds actually. That one's on Pattern Keeper. In fact, Hummingbirds is 73.70% complete. So here she is now. So I've got a fair bit done. Most of Alice's dress and her hair and everything is pretty much done. I'll start working on that watch face that she's laying over next. This one is at, Where Alice in Wonderland. I've done 2,044 stitches. It's 22.39% complete. I don't have a goal on this one. It'd be nice if it, you know, if I did another 1,000 stitches on it. And this is a gorgeous fabric, and I have it's by Sparklies, and it's Moonlighting, and you can see it's a 32 count even weave that I picked up at the Knitting and Stitching show, I think. I just absolutely thought this fabric was beautiful. Look at it. Absolutely stunning fabric. And I might have some left over for some smalls at the bottom when I finished it, which would be nice. Right, we're nearly done, guys. We're over half an hour into the video now. So the last one is one that really should have been done by now. And that's, I call it Spring Awakening, the Spring Sampler Spring Awakening by Little Dove Designs. Started this one quite a while ago. I've done the autumn version of this, and it's framed and it goes up in my kitchen for the 3 months of autumn, which is September, October, November. And I've also got the patterns for the summer version and the winter version, which I will start one of those when I finish this one. Now, it's not far off finished. I'll pop in a picture of what it looked like last time you guys saw it. And here it is now. So I've not done a load since you last saw it. Just an hour or so on this. Started putting in the March and April words, and then there's a bunny under the umbrellas and the birds and a bit of the fencing, and I've also come bringing the border down a bit as well. So that whole top half is done, apart from, it calls for French knots, but I'm likely to put some beads in for like the eyes of the ducks and the sheep and things like that. But it's a lovely cute stitch, this is, and it's so nice to have these up. This is Ivory 28 count Lugana 2/1. Where am I looking? I do have it written down. Spring Awakening. Cream, not ivory, cream. Yeah, but it's 28 count. The model stitch was stitched on yellow, but I decided I wanted the yellow flowers to pop a little bit more, so I went with cream. So that's all the cross stitch. It's more than, say, I thought I'd worked on. I didn't think I'd worked on that much because I have been so busy with everything else. So I mentioned I've done a bit of diamond painting, so I'll quickly show you this one. We're calling this one Robins. I'll pop in a picture of what it looked like last time, and there it is now. So you can see I filled in all of this section here, and then I've started up here, and I'll work my way down the next column. This is one that I actually bought this for my mum for Christmas, not last year, year before, I think. And she discovered it just wasn't the hobby for her. She wasn't even inclined to start it. So she asked me if I would like to do it for her and then have it back as a gift once it's done. So the aim is to try and get this done for Christmas. So I do need to crack on and do some more work on this. Once I sit down and do diamond painting, I love doing it, but it's that sitting myself down to make myself do it. For some reason, I just never do. The cat about to scratch his claws on my full coverage. So yeah, I need to get on with that. God, I need to just quit my job, don't I, and just stitch to get all these things done. Are you going to come up and say hello? Because you've been laying down there being annoying. Come on. Bailey. Don't just lay there rolling. Come on. So, plans. Obviously, I've gone through a few of them as I've been going along. I've got 2,000 stitches a month to go in my Darling, 1,000 stitches a month to go on my Unicorn, 1,000 stitches a month to go on the Mermaid, 1,000 stitches a month to go in Opening Gambit. That's me covered, isn't it, for the month? There you go. Those are the 4 projects you'll see next month. I do have a few new starts waiting. They're kitted. I've got Mirabilia Mermaid that I got picked up at the retreat at Essex in March. And I've also got Gwen by Nora Corbett. It's one of the Bewitching Pixies, which I'd like to get started. I've got fabric, I've got the floss. I'd like to start them at some point soon. I was also looking, I've got Halloweenies by Plum Street Samplers, which I meant to start last Halloween and didn't get around to it. But I'm still missing a few threads, and I can't, they seem to be out of stock in the whole UK, the whole world, not just the UK. I need Gentle Arts Raven and Grecian Gold. I don't think even 123 Stitch have got them. None of the UK sellers seem to have them. I have a quick look on Etsy now and again it's sort of US sellers that are selling Gentle Arts, but they don't seem to have them. No idea when we're going to be able to get those in, so I might have to substitute for DMC. Raven's not so bad, you substitute it for 310, but Grecian Gold I was hoping to have the actual colour, which is a shame, so we'll see. I might just hold off. Are you coming? Here we go. Come here. No, don't sit on that. So this is Bailey. This is the one who I'm constantly telling off. Look at your face. Smile for the camera. You're going to moan. You normally moan when I hold you, don't you? You're going to moan. Are you going to moan? So this is where the ragdolls come in, because that's what Bailey is. He's a seal bicolour ragdoll, aren't you, mate? He's 9 now, aren't you? His half-sister Darcy's 10, and then his half-niece Mitzi's 6, isn't she? Oh, look at him. You're a soft baby. Go on. There we go. Yeah, it's going to be sulking at me now because I've been manhandling him. Yeah, he's off. Right, so I'm going to get this video edited and uploaded hopefully today. Shouldn't be any reason why not. I'm at home. I've got nothing to do other than housework. I hope I get some more stitching done in a bit. I've also got a crochet piece I'm working on for a customer. It's a filet crochet table runner. I haven't brought it with me to show you, but she's asked for it to be 50 inches long. 50 inches is, you know, it's over 4 foot. It's quite a long thing. So yeah, I'm working on that at the moment. And I'll probably put a few hours in on that today as well while I catch up with a bit of TV. So yeah, that's everything. So hopefully, guys, my plan is to come back at the end of the month and come and see you then. I don't think I've got anything else on. Not planning a holiday or anything at the moment, so that'll be good. And then try and come and update you once a month on what I'm doing. I'm trying not to leave it so long between videos because it makes the videos even longer because I've got so much more to show you and I've got so much more to rabbit on about. The only other thing to mention, I've just joined a new Facebook group and I can't remember the name of it and I can't look it up. It's basically a new cross-stitch UK group for they're planning a retreat. I was messaged by Lizzie's Lovely Loops, who's here on Flosstube, and she told me that, you know, they're looking to have a retreat further north because they were so inspired by the Essex one, and they're looking to perhaps October, November time. I don't think I can make another retreat this year. I am already booked to go back to Essex in March next year, and I'm staying for the whole weekend, so I've got to factor in the cost of that and cost of rising fuel and everything else. So I don't think I'm going to be able to budget for another retreat this year. And I mentioned to my husband and he said no. But yeah, possibly after that, we'll see. But yeah, if I'll see if I can pop in a link below if you want to go and check out that group. So I shall look forward to speaking to you guys soon. As always, stay safe, stay well. Look after yourselves, guys, and I'll see you as soon as I can. Thank you. Bye.